Man, we're going to transition real quick. Often, a couple times a month, we rock and roll with Sideline Stories with Chuck Jones. Chuck, what's going on? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's good to be here today.
Yeah.
Glad to have you. Sideline Stories.
Sideline Stories. I got my man Jerry Stackhouse on the phone, man. How you feel about that?
Man, we feel great about it, man. We're excited about it. He is calling in on the Alan Kelly Come and Train Hotline. He's the new head men's basketball coach for the Vanderbilt Commodores. My main man, Jerry Stackhouse. What's up, Jay? How you doing, man?
Hey, man. Good morning, fellas. How you guys?
Good, man.
We got a room.
Congratulations.
We got a room full of. We got myself, K-Mac, Jasmine, Chuck, and we got Dr. Stroman here too, man. We got the whole crew up here.
You got a bunch of my favorite people in here.
Exactly.
Well, Jerry, man, hey, congratulations on the job. I didn't know if it was going to come. Sometimes things that are well deserved, you don't get them. Last year everyone thought you were going to get one of those NBA jobs, and now you're at Vanderbilt. How are things going up there?
Man, it's been a whirlwind, man. The last few days, obviously, getting here on Saturday, being introduced on Sunday, and man, it's been a lot. But I'm excited, extremely excited to be here, man. We've got plans to do big things along, Malcolm Turner, who's our AD.
Yeah.
Candace Story, our assistant AD. And they offered me this job, and it was just so many great things about it, being at a world-class, first-class institution. I mean, one of the top academic institutions in the country. The opportunity to have my own program, to be able to have my own system was just an opportunity I couldn't turn down. Obviously, a lot of people had my trajectory in the NBA. I interviewed for a couple head coaching jobs last year, was on tap to interview for a couple this year, but this was just an opportunity I couldn't turn down.
And I guess again, we talked to Jerry Stackhouse, Coach Jerry Stackhouse. You kind of alluded to this point. My question is, you did was on the radar in terms of getting a head coaching job. Why this job was the right one for you?
Well, I mean, really, my passion is teaching, and kids. So I think this is more. I mean, I really enjoyed when I was on the grassroots level, really just seeing kids get better. And I feel like this is the next phase before they get to the pros, and I think I can really have an impact there, not only on the floor. It's pretty much on the floor in the pros, because you deal with adults. After the practice sessions are over, you go home. And I think here at this level, as it was at the grassroots level, I've really be able to kind of impact guys' lives and help them grow up. Be an extension of their parents as they leave home. So that excites me. I enjoy watching kids get it. We're really understanding, not only the game of basketball, which obviously I learned from some of the best, and I want to share my knowledge of the game from that standpoint. Just being able to help kids grow up as well in the game of life, and be able to, because the people that I'm working with now are going to be some thought leaders, globally, in the world, and be able to have some impact on their lives is gratifying, to say the least.
Well, we're talking with head men's basketball coach for Vanderbilt University, Coach Jerry Stackhouse. And, Coach, you're getting ready to go on the recruiting trail. You're getting ready to start talking to some of these recruits, some of the things, and they're going to look at you for guidance across the spectrum, because they're going to view you as a guy that's been through all ends of this thing, and they're trying to say, I want to be where Coach is right now. How are you going to kind of recruit some of these guys? Because, like you said, these guys are going to be thought leaders, and they're looking at, going to school and going to one of the best universities in the country, and also now playing basketball for one of the greats.
Yeah, I mean, some of the kind of what resonates with a lot of the kids that I've talked to so far after going out this weekend to see a couple kids. But I think it's just they want to be held accountable. They want to be coached, and I think that's a lot of. Well, I think what they hear is so much of, all right, I'm going to come here and you're going to do this. We're going to allow you to do this. We're going to allow you to do that, because they feel like that's what they want to hear. But I think these kids really want to be challenged to let them know, man, no, you're going to come here and work, and you're going to earn what you get. I think that's what fueled me coming out of North Carolina. Coming out of Kinston, North Carolina, going to UNC and playing for Coach Smith. Coach Smith didn't promise me anything. Everybody else was promising me 40 minutes a night. And I think, those are the kids that are going to gravitate to me, and those are the kids that I'm going to gravitate to the ones that want to come in and earn. I'm not going to promise you anything. If somebody's, kicking your ass every day, you're not going to play in front of them just
That's
because.
what I'm talking about.
So I think that's the difference. And it's a select kid. Obviously, it's a smaller pool because of the academic profile that you have to have to be able to attend. I can't just walk into the top 100 gym and say, okay, I like that kid. He fits into my style, how I want to play basketball. It's got to be a kid that has a great, a GPA, or has penchant for doing well in the classroom. Because when they leave, the gym, they got to get into the real world, or go into these classrooms with some of the smartest and brightest in the world. There's 35,000 applicants apply for admission here at Vanderbilt, and only 1,600 get in. So those are the people that are sitting in the classroom with, as well as some of the brightest professors and teachers in the business. So that's a challenge that I welcome, and that's a challenge that I feel like if we're able to turn this program around, that we will be beyond reproach with anybody in the country.
Coach Stackhouse, this is so nice to be able to call you that. My best highlight from Carolina basketball is when you dunked on Duke. But
that's right.
That's just an amazing highlight. But what I want to ask you,
that boy.
Yeah, I want to ask you about SEC basketball. Yeah. Your name is synonymous with greatness, and now you're going into a football league, but people know, if they're following basketball, that SEC plays great basketball, in particular Tennessee and Auburn this year. If you've identified it yet, talk a little bit about SEC and what your keys are to turn Vandy into a power there.
Well, again, that's the biggest sell. Along with attending an academic institution that's second to none, you're playing in a conference basketball and playing at an elite level that's second to none. And, when you talk about the names, Kentucky, the teams that were represented this year, Auburn in the Final Four, these are teams that are playing at a high level. And now you have an influx of new coaches, Buzz Williams, guys that have come into this league. So it's like, every night there's a challenge. Musselman is now at Arkansas. I mean, it's every night there's going to be a challenge, and then I feel like not only matching wits with some of the best in the game from a standpoint of an X's and O's, but our kids are being able to compete against some of the most talented players in the country. Obviously, Kentucky has made its name pretty much for having a lot of the one and dones. We may, hopefully, I'll be able to get a couple one and dones too, but more so, we're gonna have to deal with our player development piece, being able to get in here, get young guys in here, and get them better, and try to keep that turnover consistent. Being able to have our older guys teach our younger guys, and kind of keep a steady flow of fluidness that way.
Well, Jerry, I've always thought that to be a great coach, you had to play under great coaches, and you've played under some of the best. Coach Robert Murphy, who was like a second father to us. Coach Paul Jones, who was the one of the winningest coaches in North Carolina high school. Coach Steve Smith at Oak Hill. Coach Dean Smith, and Larry Brown is a Hall of Famer. I know you've taken the intensity from Coach Murphy, so I know that firsthand. But what else have you gotten from these other coaches? Are there things that you incorporate into what you do now?
Yeah. I mean, it goes. I take a little bit of everything. I think obviously with Coach Murphy all the way back to junior high school, I remember him. We used to, had to alternate with the girls, so we had to go over to the elementary school to practice. And on halfway there, he just opens the door to the bus. Get off the bus, and we run the rest of the way. So conditioning is definitely. I took the conditioning part from him, so my teams are going to be in good shape. And just from each coach, Coach Paul Jones, Steve Smith, but Coach Smith definitely stands out because a lot of the things that we do, the fundamentals of the game that I teach, I was taught by him. So, and I tried it from the other great coaches that I played for, Rick Carlisle, Avery Johnson in the pros. Doug Collins is one of my favorites, just from the standpoint of his being an offensive genius. I played for Eric Spoelstra. I mean, I played for a number of great coaches, and I've taken a little bit from all of them and kind of made it my own thing. And but more so than anything, just kind of as a player, understanding what I didn't like to see as a player. So pretty much hang my hat on the defensive end of the floor. Obviously, you try to play to your personnel, the strengths of your personnel on offense, but defensively is where we hang our hat and try to be consistent and constant no matter what.
We're talking with the new head men's basketball coach for Vanderbilt University, Coach Jerry Stackhouse, UNC great and NBA great and legend all the way around. Coach, you know, I just wanted to know, I got to ask, you know, you got there, you get there, and you're ready to get started. Give me one word that's going to sum up, get us to understand what is the new Vanderbilt basketball tradition led by Jerry Stackhouse. What is it?
I think it's just I say two words. I would say intensity and accountability.
All right.
You know, we have to play with a high level of intensity. And I add one more. I can't just put up focus.
Okay.
I think that's where you have to be able to do both of those. You have to have focus, and I think that's one of the things that you have to train young people to do to maintain focus. They have the talent. They have the skills. Some of them skilled to but again, developing those skills. But those are the three things. Intensity, really bringing a level of focus, and then we can live with the rest.
There it is.
Well, on the more humorous side, I know Vanderbilt, Tennessee has some really, really good food. You're going to have to be careful with developing these players so that they stay in shape and not get all that.
He just told you he's going to put him out on the bus. He's going to put him out. So you got to run the rest of the way.
Make him run the rest of the way.
Don't do.
We're going to get to know campus. I mean, that was one thing that I talked from.
There you go.
I talked from Coach Smith was, we always ran Law Hill. So I got it's a few mountains around here, so I'm pretty sure we're going to do some exploration.
You're right about that.
But it's a world-class city, man. To mention that, I mean, Nashville, I hadn't been here in a while. Probably 12 years ago when I was bringing my son up here to visit for a camp at Vanderbilt football. But, man, the city is an unbelievable city. So, I mean, I'm really blessed to be here and be in a world-class city at a world-class university.
Well, Jerry, for those that don't know, and the players at the Top 100 camp, they'll witness this. Don't get Coach Stackhouse upset because he will put on his sneakers and go out there and show you exactly what he wants.
This is true.
Half court only, though.
I think Jerry is a legend. Jerry played at the Top 100 camp. They said, Jerry, what drill do you want to do? He said, I want to play everyone on one-on-one. 100 players. He beat 70 some of those high school players. This was like a couple of years ago. Beat 70. It was like 70 players.
No.
Everybody was like,
you serious about this?
The top 100 players in the country. Like a couple of years ago, he played like 70 before he got tired.
Got to lead by example, I guess.
Exactly. Competitive. I know he's competitive.
Not only teach them, you have to show them.
I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know.
Y'all must have forgot.
We're talking to the new head basketball coach, Jerry Stackhouse. Hey, Coach, trust me, man, we are so excited for you and wish you all luck in the world. But before I let you go, last question. At what game have you planned to sing the national anthem? And the coach got to sing the national anthem to one of these games. I know you got to put it down now.
He set him up.
Hey, man. Hopefully.
It's instrumental.
Hopefully we don't get into that type of hole where I got to go to sing and try to get the
I know that's right.
But I might bless it. Might bless the contingency one time.
There you go, Coach.
There you go.
You do a very good job. Hey, Coach, much love to you, man.
Yes.
Thank you for giving us a little time. We really want to get you on, man. And we'll be following you and supporting you guys, man.
Yes.
Okay?
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, dog, man. That's good stuff. Man, he's a super guy.
Coach,
that's a good tidbit.
Coach said, I'm going to put you out and you run the rest of the way. And you better not let my bus beat you.
Listen.
You better not let my bus beat you.
Those would listen when he said that. I just caught a cramp because I'm cramping all the way. Listen, they're laughing at me. I'm rubbing my stomach and my head at the same time. Listen, Jerry was always well conditioned, always disciplined, and Coach Murphy, like I said, he was one of those guys. I don't know if he could have survived, in the game today because the players are totally different. They wouldn't have, taken to that coaching, the coaching that he gave us. I think, there were a couple of guys on the team that didn't know if their name was Dummy.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
look. The whole first year, but we really, really miss him. That was like our mentor, second dad. We really miss him.
Yeah, football. If he called you by your name, you felt special.
You felt special.